You.
Good.
I got some really cool news for you.
Yeah.
I was cleaning out I've been cleaning out this closet for my mom's closet for a while now. And then I stopped organizing it and put it off for a month, and I'm doing it again. I'm going through everything, and I come across this notepad, like a spiral notebook. And it's so weird. I was like, this isn't my mom and dad's notebook. It's your mom and dad's notebook
From what?
from 1978, 79,
What does it say?
1980. Oh my god, it's so funny. I cannot wait to read some of this to you. Oh Lord, I'm gonna give you the notebook, but and Casey was doodling in it. You doodled in it. A little bit. Everybody doodled in it. Your mom wrote down like grocery lists and things like that. And but my favorite thing that your mom and dad wrote back and forth to each other was hold on, let me get to it. I'm gonna read that to you first because it's really funny. Your dad was something else. Casey must have been a little bit older than you, but you doodled a really funny looking dog. And it had wings. The dog had wings. But your mother was working a lot, and so she was always writing down like bills that needed to be paid and the amounts and things like that. But let's see here. I don't know. My mom said she didn't know how we got it, but I
Yeah,
think
it's hard to say.
I think we got it because of Casey, because Casey was writing his name in it a lot. It said Casey Butler all over, and your dad wrote notes about how to plant certain plants. And it's funny because my dad told me that he taught Uncle Keith all there was to know about planting certain trees and plants and things like
Yeah?
that. Yep, and he wrote, and Uncle Keith must have been taking notes when my dad was teaching him, because there's all sorts of notes in here about it.
That's funny.
But when I called Aunt Carol and I read everything to her, she said, "You gotta call Donnie, and she'll cherish that. You gotta call her and tell her." I said, "Well, I am. I'm going right now." And then okay, this is a funny one. Keith, deposit $400 into the checking account. I mailed Ford's. So she mailed the Ford payment, and then
Uh-huh.
he writes, "Marcia, I bought a can of popcorn. You'll need to pay when the kid brings it." See, because I was telling her about how Uncle Jim and my dad and Uncle Keith all had a problem with saying no to like kids that would come
Yeah.
around, selling things. And finally it got to the point where my dad just wouldn't answer the door.
Right.
Because he would always say, uh, he said, this is funny. This is really funny. Marsh. He didn't say Marsha. Marsh. We got home about 10:45 p.m. Molly hemmed my suit pants, but said the bottoms need ironed. She said to make sure and put a piece of cloth between them and then iron or they'll burn. And then he wrote, I deposited $248.36. Then he put in the corner, I spent $124 for the suit, shirt, and tie. Woo!
I wonder what that was for.
WHEW. Woo!
That's funny.
And it's funny because me, Marshall, and your dad and my dad all have very similar cursive handwriting.
Yeah.
Similar to like my M's and your dad's M's and my dad's M's and Marshall's M's. They're all the same. It's weird.
That's funny.
And I won a reward in third grade for best cursive handwriting.
Oh, yeah?
And then he wrote, "Love, Keith."
That's hilarious.
And this one, I'm sure your mom wasn't too happy when she read this one, because this one he was writing, he was mad at her. Okay, he said, okay, this is what Marcia wrote. Keith, Josh will eat around 5. There is hamburger in the fridge for you and Dawn. I'm not sure when I will get off. I will call you at Kip's at supper time, okay? If I don't just bring the car down, and when I know exactly what hours I work, maybe I can ride with Janice. Gotta go. Love you, Marcia. Well, then, your dad wrote, Marcia, this is actually not funny. It's kind of sad. Jerry Smith's father died today. Your mom called. He always made things just real simple.
Oh wow, it would have been my Uncle Jerry.
Jerry Smith's father died.
Huh.
And then he wrote,
Well, that will be able to tell me what a time frame is, because I can probably figure that out.
yep. And since Josh must have been a baby at the time.
So that had to have been after 82.
Yeah, because when I talked to Aunt Carol about it, she said, yeah, that's got to be in the 80s.
Yeah, I'd probably say maybe Josh. Well, the way she was saying when Josh would eat,
Yep,
he was
Josh would
probably
eat around
still a
5.
baby.
Yep, he was a baby. Yep.
Yeah, and so with having hamburger for Dad and I. So yeah, it would probably have to be about 82.
This is just so cool. I'm just like, I couldn't believe it. And my mom, it's weird because like all of this is your mom and dad's, and Casey's doodling and you're doodling. And then all of a sudden, and then it's my mom's handwriting at the end. The last pages are my mom's handwriting for things that she had to do for people for alterations.
Yeah, but that'll be neat to do because I have my Cricut now, so I can recreate some of my dad's handwriting.
Yes, it's so cool. It's so cool. He wrote Marcia and he underlined it, so he was mad. My dad did the same thing when he was upset. He underlined things.
That's really neat.
He made sure that the underlined words were the most important words to read.
Uh-huh.
And big letters. I asked you to have something out for dinner. What the hell am I supposed to be feeding Dawn?
That's hilarious.
And Carol couldn't stop laughing. She said that your dad and my dad were the same when it came to what the heck are they going to do when they have the kids to themselves.
Yep.
Because they didn't know what to do. Like they needed instruction. They needed to know how to do things because
exactly.
Our grandma never taught them how to clean up after themselves as far as like,
Right.
like never made them clean their rooms and things. Like she did make them clean their bed springs. That I do know. But she never let them like touch as far as sweeping the floor and mopping the floor and as far as cleaning off the counters and getting all the dishes done and put away, she wouldn't let them touch them.
Right.
Because when I asked my dad why he got on me about getting the dishes done, but he would never rinse his dishes off, I said, why do you put your dishes on the counter and expect me to clean your dishes?
Exactly.
You know what my dad said? Because
What?
I don't know how.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I said, well, why didn't you just tell me that years ago? Why didn't you just tell me? He said, because I didn't feel like I needed to tell you. With his stubbornness, sounded like Grandpa.
Yeah.
So this is really neat because he was talking about all sorts of. He must have been taking like a college course or something because he was talking about resistors and the values of resistance and ohms and all sorts of neat stuff that he wrote. And then for a while there, I was like, why? Who did they owe money to named Ass? And then
Yeah.
I figured it out. It wasn't Ass. It was assistant. It was assistants.
Oh yeah.
Assistants, like people who worked underneath your mom, I guess. That's pretty cool. It's so neat. It's funny when he's mad, how different his handwriting is when he's mad versus when he's happy. It's too cute. It's just too cute. And then when he writes in his regular, this is weird. His regular manuscript, like his regular what's that called? When you're just writing normal? It's called.
Yeah.
Is that just called manuscript Or
I'm not sure, but I know what you mean.
so, this is normal handwriting. Looks exactly like my brother's.
Yeah.
Weird. Just weird.
That's crazy, though.
Cause see, when I first opened it, like I didn't see the outside of everything. I just seen the front page. I thought it was Marshall's. I thought it was Marshall's handwriting. And then I looked again, and then I changed the page, and I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't Marshall's. Because
Right.
it's electrical work. It's electrical work. Talks about amplitudes and the different types of devices and the frequencies and all that other stuff, amplitude,
Mm-hmm.
voltage, all that. And this is what my brother's doing because he's going to be an electrician. So I thought it was Marshall's. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is Uncle Keith's stuff.
Yeah, that's funny.
Huh. So I wonder if your dad was interested in wanting to be an electrician.
It's hard to say with him. He did a little bit of everything.
He didn't. He's just like me. I want to do a little bit of everything, and I don't want to stick with anything, but I can't stick with anything for too long. I get bored.
Mm-hmm.
But your doodling is hilarious. I don't know
I'll have
what
to
this
look at it.
creature. I don't know what this creature is that you made, but
It's hard to say.
it's got 3 eyeballs, and it's got weird arms and legs with lots and lots of toes.
Hard to say.
So you probably weren't even like 4, maybe 3 or 4 years old or something.
It would have been about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
There's about 4.5 years between Josh and I.
This is just so cool. You're going to be so happy when you get this. But yeah, I had to call you and tell you. And what a great Mother's Day present to find this. And I was just,
I'm sure.
I found a magazine from 1977, and it freaked me out because it looks brand new.
Yeah.
It looks brand new. It looks like it's never even been used. It's like it never even was ever even looked at. Oh, and this is a really funny. I like what your mom wrote about sleeping. Like maybe she was sleep deprived, or working so much, and she was always tired. She said, "For a friend, help me sleep. Please excuse me. Tug of war. Too bad, PR man. Not even know it. Better. Thank you." Better? Thank you. Shit. So I don't know what that means, but it sounds like a poem.
Yeah, who knows?
A poem about sleep. All right. Well, I just want to let you know that I found. Ooh, and get this on the very front on the very front cover of the notebook.
Uh-huh.
It tells you where it was bought at. It was bought at Hooks. Remember when Hooks used to be like a pharmacy slash.
Yep. It used to be out where World King is now in Kendallville.
Yep. And it cost $2.99, but she got it at a sale price at $1.19.
That's hilarious.
So cool. So happy I found this. And if I find anything else, if I find anything else at all, I'll definitely give it to you too from your dad.
All right.
Yeah,
just let me know.
I have a feeling I'm going to, because I've been having a lot of dreams about my dad and your dad.
Yeah.
Really crazy dreams too. Funny crazy dreams.
Oh, I'm sure.
Your dad's.
It involved the two of them.
Your dad laughed and told me in one of my dreams, he said, "You want to know why your coffee kept spilling the other day?" And I said, "What? Are you the one that knocked my coffee over 3 times?" My cappuccino coffee had more sugar than coffee. It was so good. And for some reason, it kept spilling when I was renovating one of the properties, Marty's dad's property that he got in the divorce.
Uh-huh.
And I shit you not, there's no way possible that coffee spilled 3 times on its own.
Right.
Your dad was there with me that night. Because I was working until about 2 o'clock in the morning. I was so mad. I said, that coffee spilled 3 times. I called Marty and said, "I need you to go get me another coffee." Oh, shit. It's just no way it could have just spilled on its own.
Right.
Your dad. And then and then Aunt Carol said, your mom, Aunt Carol said that he plays tricks on her all the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's funny. Well, I just want you to know I love you and happy Mother's Day.
All right, I love you too, and happy Mother's Day to you too.
Just let me know whenever. You know what? I'll tell you what. After I'm done going through all these boxes, that way I'll probably have a pile for you.
Okay, that'll
Okay.
work.
And I'll call you and let you know when I'm done. I love you.
All right,
Talk
love
to you
you
later.
too.
All right, bye.